Hi, this is Dr. Kathy McGuire of Creative Edge Focusing, and this is an introduction to Eugene Gendlin's 6-step focusing process for problem solving. I can ask you any question like, what is the meaning of empathy? And you will automatically drop down into the center of your body, your intuitive knowing about that question, and then you can make words or images to freshly express that meaning. Similarly, you can ask yourself any problem question like, why am I so angry? Or, what is blocking me on this creative project? And again, you can close your eyes, drop down into the center of your body, and find words or images that can walk you through a process of unfolding your own internal answer to your problem. In focusing, you pay attention to the vague bodily preverbal knowing that you carry with you at all times, and you unfold answers that are exactly right for you. And when you find the right words or images for your bodily knowing, you experience a felt shift, an instant aha, a true bodily knowing that yes, I'm on the right track. First, I'm going to explain the 6 steps in Gendlin's focusing process, and then I'm going to walk you through an exercise so that you can try it out for yourself. So the first step of focusing is called clearing a space, and it means taking some time to go away from your outer world and into your internal space, and just noticing what's there and trying to clear it out of the way so that you'll be able to then choose an issue to work on and spend focusing time with it. So there's a formal clearing a space exercise which I will teach later in my e-course. But you can also clear a space through simple relaxation or meditation or guided fantasy exercises. The second step, now that you have a clear space inside, is called getting a felt sense. And that involves, again, closing your eyes, paying attention inside, especially in the center of your body, and asking yourself your problem question, and then waiting. Instead of answering from your head with everything you already know, waiting quietly as long as a minute, which is really a long time to be quiet in our culture, to let the subtle, intuitive bodily feel of that whole thing form. That is called getting a felt sense. The third step in Gendlin's focusing is called finding a handle. And here you are carefully looking for some words or an image that begin to capture the feel of the whole thing, the felt sense, the creative, unclear edge inside. So again, your eyes are closed, you're paying attention to the felt sense of the whole thing in the center of your body, and you're looking for some handle words, which are often quality words like, it's jumpy, or it's scared, or it's like the dew of a spring morning, or it's like macaroni and cheese, comforting, or it's like jet propulsion, something new that needs to spring forth. So these are handle words for the felt sense. The fourth step of Gendlin's focusing is called resonating and checking. So you take your handle words, whatever you've come up with, and then you hold them against the bodily felt sense in the center of your body. And you resonate the words and you check. Macaroni and cheese, comforting, is that exactly right? Does that fit? Or jumpy, scared? Let me see if those words are exactly right. And then you go back and forth between whatever words and images you started with and this bodily felt sense until there is a sense of fit. Like, yes, that's it, jumpy. So you are resonating and checking your handle words against the felt sense and creating new words or images and then checking those. Is that until something says inside, yes, that's exactly right. And you will experience a bodily shift, of a bodily tension release at finding the words or images that fit. The fifth stage of focusing is called asking. And it involves asking open-ended questions, and that is questions that don't have a yes or no answer. Like, and what is so hard about that? Or, and why does that have me stuck? Or, what was so beautiful about that moment? Or, and how does this apply to everything else in my life? And again, instead of answering with already known analysis from your head, you will be waiting silently, eyes closed, for the whole body sense, the intuitive knowing, to form in the center of your body, the felt sense. At each asking, the focuser goes back to steps 2, 3, and 4, as necessary, waiting for the felt sense to form, finding handle words, resonating and checking until there is a sense of fit. Yes, that's it. Again, this sense of fit is often a physically felt experience of tension release and easing in the body, the sense of having found the right words, and it is called a felt shift by Dr. Gendlin. I also call it a paradigm shift. It's as if the kaleidoscope turns and new possibilities, new insights, new pieces of the puzzle suddenly fall into place, and a flow of new words and images and possible action steps can arise. Sometimes there is also a flood of tears of acknowledgement and release or relief of other pent-up emotions. This felt shift is what I mean by an instant aha. The sixth step of focusing is called receiving, and that's at each new step, each felt sense. You take a moment to sit down with the new intuitive feel, simply acknowledging and appreciating your own inner knowing for this new insight. You are appreciating your body for being with you and helping you to find your own solutions to your problems. After receiving, you can start again at step 5, asking another open-ended question, like, and what is so important about this? Or, and why did that have me stuck? Or, and where does my mother come into all of this? Again, at each step, instead of answering from your head the already known, you stop. You wait for the felt sense, the intuitive knowing to form in the center of your body. Then you look for handle words. You resonate and check whatever you find until, again, you have a small or large felt shift, a sense of, that's it, another instant aha. So now I'm going to walk you through this 6-step process as an exercise you're going to try out on your own. And remember, focusing is a skill that is usually taught in 10 2-hour classes or 2 weekend workshops. So if it doesn't work for you immediately, sign up for my 9-month e-course at www.cefocusing.com. It's free. Or look for a focusing teacher at the Focusing Institute website, where you will find both online and local focusing teachers all over the world. Okay, now this can take 20 or 30 minutes, so make sure you have the time and space to give it your full attention. And you could lie on a bed, or you might just sit up in a chair with your feet on the ground. And here we go. So we start with step 1, clearing a space. And in this case, it'll be a simple relaxation exercise. So first, get yourself comfortable. Feel the weight of your body on the chair or the bed. And loosen any clothing that's too tight. And if at all possible, you will want to close your eyes and keep them closed throughout this exercise so that you can pay attention inside. If this is not comfortable for you, then you can try to just look off into the distance. So you are relaxing. You are spending a moment just noticing your breathing. Just notice the breath going in and out. In and out. In and out. Don't try to change your breathing or force it. Just notice your breath. And now notice where you have any tension in your body. Check your face, your neck, shoulders. Your legs, your arms. Just noticing where you hold tension. And now just imagine that tension as a stream of water draining out of your body through your fingertips and feet. And breathe. Letting the tension flow out of your body through your fingertips and feet. And breathe. And now let yourself travel inside of your body to a place of peace. And now we're going to practice step 2, getting a felt sense. And just keep your eyes closed, paying attention to the center of your body. And now bring to mind an incident or a situation that was troublesome for you this week. Kind of scan your week for something that was stuck or puzzling. It could be an interaction you had. It could be a project you're working on. It could even be a dream. Just choose something from your week. And think about being in that situation, or bring back a mental image of that problem. And now try to set aside all of your thoughts about this situation, all that you've already figured out, and just try to get back to the feeling you had in that situation, or the bodily felt sense, the intuitive feel of yourself in that situation, or the intuitive feel of that problem or stuckness. Set aside all your thinking and just say, what's the feel of this whole thing about this problem? And now we're going to turn to step 3, which is finding a handle. So you're carefully going to try to find some words or an image for that feeling, that felt sense, that intuitive knowing about this whole thing. So take a moment to see if any words or images arise. That might capture the feel of that whole thing. And now, step 4, resonating and checking. Go carefully back and forth between any words or images that arose for the intuitive feel of that whole thing. Check it against that intuitive feel in the center of your body. Resonate it and check it, and go back and forth until you find words or images that might be better, that feel like they are just right, where your body says, yes, that's it. Resonating and checking words and images against the bodily felt sense. I find myself asking, well, is it about this? No. Is it about this? So again, just receive whatever's come. Now we're going to go to step 5, asking. So now you're going to just gently ask yourself open-ended questions that seem right for the situation you're in. And I'm going to just give some suggestions. So you could gently ask yourself, well, what is so hard about this situation for me? And wait, again, at least a minute to see what comes in your wordless intuition, your whole body sense. Again, you are looking for words or an image that exactly fit that whole feeling of what is so hard about this situation for me. And you're going back and forth until the symbols are just right. And now, let's imagine what that situation or problem would feel like or look like if it were perfectly all right. See if you can get a body feel and an image for what would be that situation be if it were perfectly all right. And take a minute inside. And now ask yourself, what's in the way of that, of it being perfectly all right? And again, don't answer from your head what you already know, but wait, again, as long as a minute, for something new to come in the felt sense, the center of your body, a place of intuition. What's in the way of it being perfectly okay? And again, carefully find words or an image for that, whatever is in the way, and go back and forth until the symbols are just right. And lastly, see if you can find some small step that might take you in the direction of being able to move that positive way. Again, don't answer from your head, the already known, but wait as much as a minute for the wordless, intuitive feel, the bodily felt sense of an answer to arise in the center of your body. So what would be some small step? And check back and forth with the intuitive feel and ask yourself, is this right? Is this really something I could try doing? And if your intuitive feel says yes, some sense of release and relaxation, yes, I could try that, then you can stop here. And if your felt sense says, no, I can't do that, or that won't work, then you can ask yourself again, what small step in the positive direction would work? And again, look for the intuitive feel of that. But mainly we're just going to check, would that small step, is that doable? Could I really do that? And ask your body, not your head, could I do that? And for the purposes of this exercise, we're going to stop now with the 6th step of Gendlin's focusing, which is called receiving. So whether you've gotten a total solution or not, you're going to just stop and appreciate yourself and your body for taking time with this issue or situation, and that pausing to take time is the important thing. Solutions can then arise later. So just taking some time for self-empathy, for appreciating yourself and your body, just for taking time to sit with this, to be with it in a friendly way. And then as you are ready, come back into the room. The crux of change through focusing is just spending quiet time paying attention to the intuitive feel. If no steps come right away, you have turned positive energy toward that stuck place. You've warmed it up with your attention. You've let it know it matters to you. And giving it that attention will allow it to start to enliven and get energy and start to unfold. So something may pop up later in the day or later in the week, but you've done what you can do. You have spent focusing time. In future videos, I will demonstrate how having an active, empathic, focused listener saying back your words and images can really help you pay attention to the bodily feel and is a wonderful way to learn focusing. But for today, this has been a demonstration of Eugene Gendlin's 6-step focusing process. You can find it in his self-help book, Focusing, originally published by Bantam in 1981 and now translated and published throughout the world. And time for me to stop. Thank you for your attention. It's Dr. Kathy McGuire, Creative Edge Focusing, www.cefocusing.com, where you can sign up for the free e-course.